Hey, good morning, guys. Let me go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started. So let me set up this room. Let me send out the links, and then we should be good to go. Today is March 5th. I'll set up right there. Check this real quick. Should be good. All right, that looks good. Let me just send this link out real quick, guys, and then we should be good to go. So today is Friday, so let me just make sure everything is good and set up. It is NFP. I think the news just happened. Some big moves right here for US 30. So I think the room's almost done. Let's see. YouTube. All right, let me try to fix this, guys. YouTube looks like it's having issues getting the stream up and running. All right, looks like we're good. So let me get this link real quick. Let me send this out to you guys, and then we should be good to go. All right, get this sent out to you guys. All right, it's pretty solid right there. Let me send this link out to the rest of our social media real quick. Get my phone. Send this out to our Facebook real quick and to our email. So let me send this out to the email list real quick. And lastly, to our Facebook and Instagram. So hey guys, welcome. It is Friday. It is NFP. Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully you guys had a great week. I know we sure did here at K². So if you guys were trading with me this whole week, I mean, everyone here locked in like some crazy profit this week. So if you guys are with us from Sunday till today, today was a very, very profitable week, or this week. Well, this week and last week, it's been like pretty consistent, especially with our scalps. So let me just get this link posted on the IG real quick, and then I think after that, that should be it. Should be good to go. I wish I took those trades off US 30. That's a big move right there with like no drawdown. I'll show you guys real quick. There was like 2 trades actually that hit. I think some of you guys in the group took it because I did see some profits that were posted last night, or not last night, like a few hours ago. So we had this one right here. The reason for that is because we had the rejection of the pivot in the structure right here. So there were actually 2 entries. There's this green candle and this red candle. So either one, if you took the green or the red, they both would have hit some heavy TPs right there. I did see some profits here. So Cheryl locked in about 1,000 last night. She traded NASDAQ 100, the DAX 30, S&P 500, US 30, and UK 100. So she locked in some pretty nice profit last night. And then her second account, she took the same trades because she has the copier that I use. So she locked in about 1,600 off that, and then 1,500 off here, plus Deswell. Nice. So Deswell is basically done too. He traded just US 30 last night, locked in 1,270. So great work all around, guys. I do have everyone's profits saved up here. So if you guys have profits that you guys want me to share, just just send them over, because I've got I've got a ton of profits here from everyone this week, which I will be sending out later today to the rest of the public groups. So let me go ahead and send out that Zoom link real quick, and then we should be good to go. Start looking at the charts. I don't think there's much to really look at, but I will look at them right now just to see what's going on. So let me get the Zoom link out for you guys here in the premium. All right. There you go. All right, cool. So there's everything that's been sent out there. Social media is good. Let me just mute everyone real quick. All right, so we should be good. Admit everyone in this room. All right, let me check out the chat too. Well, looks like everyone's here already. Hey, morning Life Plus, morning Kushi, morning Dilraj, morning Chris, morning Biko, morning John, morning David, morning Patricia, morning Matt, morning Peter, morning City, morning Promise, morning everybody. So happy Friday. It is NFP, like I mentioned. So we'll try to catch some last minute trades. I'm probably not going to take any trades because I don't know, Friday's never good for me. I take too much risk on Friday. But I will, I'll help call some trades if I see anything. I'm probably not going to take anything on my own account, but I will show you guys some scalps. I already had a great week so far, so I don't even need to trade today. The only reason I'm on here is to help you guys out and answer some questions, since it's it's a bit of a slower day for us today. So let me check real quick, and then I will see. Chris is asking for the Zoom link. So Chris, the Zoom link is sent in the premium group. So if you're in the premium, I'm not sure if you are, if you're not, but if you are in the premium, the Zoom link where everything's streamed real time, because the YouTube is kind of lagged, right? It's kind of delayed. So if you guys are trying to catch my scalps on the YouTube, you might be a little late. But if you guys are on the Zoom, you guys can hop in right away. So if you're in the premium groups, they're sent in all the premium groups right here. They're not posted on the website, but they're posted on the premium groups, and they're also emailed to you if you guys are in the in the premium. So let me check the David said don't trade today unless the setup is perfect. Yeah, I agree, David. I'm not going to do that because, man, Friday's a crazy day. Morning Funky, morning Edwin, morning everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great trading week. Like I mentioned, it's been like a crazy trading week, guys. A crazy trading week in a great way, because you guys can see here. So this is the timestamp for today. And if I scroll up here, you can see that the first day of the week was on it was February 28th, right? So from right here, this is February 28th, right? From Sunday up until now, these are all the profits that everyone made, right? So it's been like a crazy great week for everybody. Every single day, there's a ton of profits made by everyone. So, obviously it wasn't just me profiting here. And there's no reason why anyone should be negative this week. We just had even the Forex trades were all on point. So there's literally no reason why anyone should be in the negative this week, because literally everybody here, these are all different people, Eric, Sisuk, Billy, Steven, Henry, Jonathan, Steven again, Shonda, everybody, everyone's been killing it the entire week. Even Jensel over here, everyone's been killing it. So nobody should be in the negative this week. It's literally impossible for you guys to be in the negative if you took majority of the trades, because we didn't have very many losses this week. So just keep that in mind, guys. And like I mentioned, if you guys are in the negative, you're probably doing something wrong. So if you just ask for help and we can help you, we can probably get you out of that rut, because I'm not really sure why anyone should be in the negative this week. But anyways, let me Funky said snipe strategy got me busy this morning. Yeah, guys, a lot of you guys took a bunch of trades this morning, for US 30 here. It looks like during London session, there was a ton of entries that were were available all throughout. So it's been pretty much it's been pretty good if you guys were scalping these indices. I guess I can go down the list and see if there's any good indices scalps that have come up recently, or if there's one that if there's any that we possibly missed here. So let me just go ahead and draw this right here, and then we'll see like where all the scalp entries were. Billionaire Mindset said, do you have to trade every day on FTMO? No, not necessarily. Once you're funded, you don't have to trade it. Like you could just trade like once a month if you want. But on your challenge, you just have to pass the minimum trading days, which is 10 days, which is not, I mean, it's not that many days really. There's like 31 days in a week. So literally you only need to trade 10 days for the challenge and for the verification, but it's not, I mean, it's nothing necessary. Like you're not required to trade every day. So anyways, looking at this indice here for Aussie 200, it looks like the same entry that we saw for US 30, right? If you took any of these two entries here, or even these right here, there's a bunch of opportunity that was available for the Aussie 200. There was entries here at 4:40 a.m. and then again right here at 5:30. So if you took any of these trades here, these all would have hit full TP. Obviously, you can see full TP there. And then again, also with, the following candle right here, another full TP there for the Aussie 200. So whoever traded those, congrats, you guys locked in some profit. Looking over here at the China 50, see if there's anything here that that we could have possibly taken. This is kind of choppy, so it doesn't look like there's really much here to really even look at. But let's see. So yeah, looking at the China 50, it looks like there was, no, not really much. So we'll move on to the next one, the Spain 35. So Spain 35 here. Let's see if there were any, any possible entries here for you guys. If you guys took these here, looks like there was, I mean, everything looks the same. So it looks like all the indices from last night kind of had the same movement, or, the same entry point, basically off this lower rejection down here. Looks like that same big spike that happened for US 30 and for the other pairs, the Aussie 200, would have provided for a nice, buy scalp right here. But obviously I wouldn't have taken these trades here because of NFP. It was at 5:30. This was exactly at NFP. So if you did catch that, that would have hit full TP right there, if that was the case. But I personally wouldn't have taken it because I don't trade NFP, at all. Not even during the week. I mean, not even during the actual day after. So like right now, I'm probably not going to trade, but I will be looking for trades, and I'll be giving you guys some trade ideas if I do see some. But keep in mind, today is a really risky day, guys. So I don't advise anyone to trade today, but I know a lot of you guys still want to trade. So that's why I'm here to help you guys out with some entries, before we close out the trading week. Let's see. So Billionaire Mindset wants me to, he said, outlook on US 30. So I'll take a look at US 30 shortly after this. So looks like everything's coming back down right now as we speak. So there was nothing there for the French 40. The DAX looks like it could possibly be setting up for a buy right here, if this ends up rejecting off this structure and the pivot. But I mean, who knows? It's not guaranteed that it's gonna close out. We have about a minute left on this candle, so I'll come back to that right now in a minute. The NSA looks like the same situation here for the NSA as well. If that ends up closing, the DAX looks like a pretty decent buy if that ends up closing there. But like I mentioned, I'm probably not going to take these trades. If you guys want to take them at your own risk. But I'm considering these very, very risky trades. So same with the NASDAQ right there. It looks like there's another buy scalp there for the NASDAQ. Check the DAX again. Yeah, the DAX looks like a pretty decent entry there, but I'm not going to take it. So if you guys want to take it, feel free. If not, then I would just hold off. I personally would just hold off, honestly. It's just to, look at these movements. These movements are crazy. Even the S&P right here, US 30. Looks Looks like it's trying to reject off that point. So the only entry here would be the DAX. It would be right there. So there's the DAX entry right there if you guys wanted to take it. I'm not going to take it. Actually, I don't know if this would be an entry because it doesn't look like it's rejecting off the pivot. It's rejecting off the structure, but not off the pivot. So I personally wouldn't take this trade right there, but I'm just going to mark it up anyways. We'll come back and look at it. But this is actually not an entry there because you can see here if I scroll in a little further. So if you scroll in really tight, you can see that the pivot, the wick does not touch the pivot, right? Even though it might be a good entry, it's just too risky. It's not something that I necessarily would have wanted to take, but I'll have it marked up there just in case anyone else took it. So we have that right there. Delars to Shawn, I think your zone for the DAX entry is an older one. So, oh, you might be right. Let me just delete this all and let me see. Actually, no, Delars, it looks like it's fine right here. Let me see. I'm going to redraw these again. So let me just draw this upper zone. Oops, delete that. Yeah, so I'll draw this upper zone right here. It's stuck there. Yeah, so we got this one up here. We have this one down here. This one right over here. Yeah, so I guess it lines up. Yeah, sometimes it bounces off the Dilraj where it disappears and then it comes back. Yeah, it's kind of weird when that happens. But it's happened to me too, right? I look and I'm like, wait, is there a zone there? And it disappears and it comes back. But even if that was the case, I still wouldn't take that trade because it didn't reject off the structure, right? There might be a second entry that appears, but I just wouldn't have taken it myself. So looking at this here, this would have been that entry. But like I mentioned, this red candle right here doesn't necessarily reject off the pivot, right? It's close to it, but not close enough. So I personally would not have entered that. We'll follow it to see if it actually moves or not. Same with the US 30 right here. This looks like it's about to reject off, this possible structure right here. So if this happens where it rejects off the structure and the pivot, then this would be a possible entry for the US 30. So yeah, it happens sometimes, though, Raj. It's usually like that when it's like in an area where there's a lot of zones. Basically, when it's trying to break, a certain area. So let me go back to the DAX over here. So it looks like it's been testing this area for a while. See how like a lot of these candles right here have been testing the same zone. So every time it comes down and retest it, it'll create a zone because like I mentioned before, this thing right here, this wick has to reject exactly off one of these two. Like there's another area here where it rejected off, and I think because that candle was pending, it would appear, then it would disappear because it was bouncing back and forth. But since it closed, it ended up closing with that specific structure there. But yeah, so this DAX right here actually looks like a valid entry. Not this one, but this one right next to it. This might be a possible entry because now it's rejecting off the yellow pivot. Kind of same with US 30, I'm assuming. Yeah. So these both would be some buy entries if it closes bullish. If it doesn't, then it wouldn't, and then it would just swing back down. So I think that's it for this here. I'll go ahead and analyze US 30 on the higher time frame now, just to so our JPY already hit TP yesterday. That's why I took off the alerts on here. But let me just show you guys the other pairs here. Let me see if there's anything here that you guys could have possibly taken, before NFP. It looks like the latest entry for odd CAD, which we missed, was right over here when price broke the structure. So when price broke the structure right there, this would have been a short position right down there because we identified the rejection, the sell signal, and the break and close past structure. So I didn't take this trade. I don't know if anyone else did, but if you did, that would have been a win there. I'll just scroll down here real quick because I don't think I really see anything for the Forex pairs, especially today because of NFP obviously. So we have for this trade right here, we have the rejection from this point, the buy signal right there, retracement off this point right here, buy signal right here with the break and close past the structure. And if you were to catch that trade, you would have taken a long position here for technically active position for CAD JPY, CHF JPY right here. Euro odd, nothing there. Euro CAD, this would have been the win here if you took that sell. I don't think we called that one. Same here for USDHF. There was actually a lot of trades here that played out, but you know, I didn't necessarily catch a lot of these, like Euro USD right here. This would have rejected off this point. Sell signal right there. As soon as it broke structure down here, this would have been another sell. But you know, like I mentioned, I didn't take it because we were entering NFP. So GA over here, nothing there. Yeah, the Forex pairs are pretty much done, guys. There's really much here to look at for the Forex pairs. But you can see obviously the moves happened a couple days ago, which we did catch a lot of these. NZD CAD, same situation here, you know, rejection off this point. Sell signal. Breaking close past structure here and a breaking close past structure right here, which would identify this as, you know, a pretty solid sell from that point right there. And it looks like it's on its way to full TP with no drawdown. NZD CHF, NZD JPY, NZD USD. I was thinking about taking this trade yesterday. I should have taken this. So when I have these purple markers on the on my watch list here, guys, that means that I was looking for a pivot entry, and that pivot entry was actually right here. So right up here, I caught this pivot. Well, I identified it. I was going to call this for a sell. However, unfortunately, I missed this trade. It would have been a full TP for about 73 pips for NZD USD. So I'll take that off. These yellow markers here mean that I was going to take them using the K2SR strategy. So unfortunately, I missed this trade here last night. But that would have been a trade that I was going to call, but I just didn't call from the previous session. So USD CHF. All over the place. Yeah, the market's just been kind of back and forth. You know, some pairs have been moving, some pairs haven't. But let me go ahead and nice. Yeah, so Steven said odd CAD and DAX was nice to me. Yeah, so Steven actually, he's the one that told me about this odd CAD last night. I was on a live session yesterday with Gwen. I'm not sure if you guys sat in on it, but we covered a lot of stuff yesterday. And yeah, Steven's the one that actually told me about this this odd CAD. Unfortunately, I missed it, but he caught it. So pretty good for him. Nice. Gerald said, good morning, Shawn Division. Yeah, no. So Gerald over here sent me his profits this morning. He he was saying still learning, get comfortable with it, but he said I mentioned not to trade today, but he was thirsty, stubborn, eager, and hard-headed. But he locked in some nice profit because like this morning he messaged me. He was like, I'm finally getting a Shawn Division. So right here, this is Gerald. He locked in 154 this morning, trading the DAX 30 and US 30 on his own. So he took these trades on his own using the K2 strategy that I just, you know, I've been showing you guys. So great work off that, Gerald. You know, at this point, it's like a rinse and repeat, right? You just got to keep applying and getting comfortable with it so that you can, you know, keep executing, bro. That's really what it is. It's all about repetition and getting comfortable with trading without fear. Because a lot of you guys are still scared when you guys trade. You guys can't be scared when you trade. If you're confident, you'll take that trade and not think about it twice. But if you think about it too much, you know, that's where you start to make mistakes. Anyway, so I'm thinking about taking this US 30 trade, maybe take a smaller lot size just to you know, obviously play around with it. So I might take this trade right here. I don't know, you know, I'm gonna think about it. I might not. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna take it. It's just too Fridays have never been that good to me, honestly. It's been a hit or miss, but it does look like a really risky trade. So if this closes bullish, maybe I'll take it with a small lot size. I mean, if not, then I'll just sit tight. It's not that crazy of a move anyways. Let me check the DAX real quick. Yeah, the DAX too. So there's an entry here for both the DAX and the US 30 if you guys want to take it. Like I mentioned, I'm not going to take it, or I might take like a small position just to play around with it. But it is going to be you know, obviously a risky move. So a buy right there for the DAX. We got about 40 seconds left on this candle. US 30, same situation here. Got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll see how it plays out. If it closes bullish, I might take it for a small lot size. If it closes bearish, I might not take it. So we'll see. Yeah, we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. And like I mentioned, guys, take these trades at your own risk. This is not, I don't recommend taking trades today because it is Friday. And look at that big drop right there. See this like unusual spikes in price. These unusual spikes are causing a lot of uncertainty in the market. So no entry there. No entry there off US 30. It didn't close with the requirements. And then same with the DAX, no entry there. So that's what I mean, guys. Like you can see that it was bullish for like the past, I don't even know how long. It was bullish for like quite some time. And then all of a sudden it just dumped, right? Same with US 30. It was bullish up here. And then the last 10 seconds it dumped. So I wouldn't really bother with it. If anything, you might take some sells. So we'll see. Yeah, because if this ends up rejecting off this end over here, then we might be taking some sells instead. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see how this ends up playing out. All right. Here, let me see real quick. So let's see. Funky said, "Is there an entry on the DAX 30 for a buy?" So there was one technically, Funky, but it didn't close off. So like this didn't touch the pivot, so there's no entry there, and this closed within the pivot, so there's no entry there either. And this didn't reject off the structure, so you can see the body is still within the structure right here. So it didn't necessarily push off the structure. There's no rejection off this area. So no entries for the DAX and no entries for the US 30 right now. And we're going to see some crazy movement like this, guys. This is normal, specifically because this is NFP. Markets can keep bouncing back and forth. It's not really a time that I would personally like to trade, but I'll follow it and I'll let you guys know if anything appears. So if you guys have any questions, this is probably your best day to ask questions because I'm not really trading live today. I'm kind of just chilling and answering questions and identifying trades because I don't want to lose any profits, right? So I made a lot of profit this week. Let me see if I think I showed you guys already. So my profit this week has been pretty on, it's been pretty on point. So here's Steven right here. He showed his profits for odd CAD and DAX 30. So he said small lots, but still compounding. So you can see Steven right there in the chat, Steven Smith right here. He's been killing it, guys. He's been on point. He's been really, really consistent. Because I remember when I first talked to Steven, he was having some issues, but he bounced back real quick. And that's the real key here, guys. As long as you guys bounce back from all your mistakes and you guys do it properly, the following times, you guys can come back really, really good. But yeah, just showing you guys my profits from this week. I mean, I locked in some nice profits. So for this whole week, I think I locked in, where were my profits yesterday? Yeah, so this was from yesterday. I locked in 7,216. And then for the day before that, I locked in 1,000, or no, with the other account, because I have two FTMO accounts. I just started a new 200K right here. And this is one of my funded accounts, but I have two funded 100K accounts. So I locked in about 1,800 for my funded times two. So that's about 3,000 or 4,000. And then for my new 200K account, I locked in about 7,216. So I'm not trying to throw away any of these profits. I just want to, maintain, especially right now, because it's just too risky for us to really take these trades. For the DAX, though, this might be a sell if this, if this ends up closing right here. So we'll keep following it, guys. I'll give you guys entries if they do appear, but I'm probably not gonna be taking any of those trades. So I'll follow with you guys, and then we'll see, where we go on from there. And if you guys send me an email, so guys, if you guys send me an email yesterday and I still haven't gotten to you, don't worry, I'll get back to you guys. The problem is I had so many mentoring sessions yesterday back to back. I didn't have time to look at anything. So I literally had no time to actually, take a look at everything. But I do have a bunch of emails yesterday where I didn't even get a chance to respond to people. So if you guys emailed me yesterday and you guys emailed me or messaged me on Telegram yesterday and it haven't gotten to you, I have a ton of messages here on Telegram and I have a bunch of emails here. I still have like 200 emails to get through. So if you guys emailed me and I haven't gotten back to you, I will get back to you. I'm not ignoring your your questions, but I'll definitely be getting to you by today. Let's see. Okay, so first question is from Dejan. Dejan wants me to take a look at NASDAQ. So John, let's pull up NASDAQ real quick, NASDAQ 100. I'll do a top-down analysis for you guys so you guys can see, what's going on here. So let's go on the 1 hour. I'm gonna delete everything off the chart. We'll start with the 1 hour, and then we'll go down to the lower time frames. So I'm gonna zoom out from this point, and then what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna turn on the K2SR indicator so we can identify these rejection points, obviously. So once we have this set up, let me just mark this up right here. It's right there. Right there. It's right there. There. It's right here and this right here. And I'll just adjust this other one over here to fit this one over here. All right. Oops. I'm gonna delete that. I'm just gonna adjust this one, and there we go with that. So once we have these right here marked up, I think NASDAQ is probably gonna drop. Dejan, just looking at this here, we should probably go for the higher zone as well below. I don't see anything down there. So I mean, it's currently reaching a support, but I think it's still gonna drop a little farther. So just looking at the NASDAQ right here, this is basically what I see happening. We'll turn on the momentum indicator. And I think I analyzed this yesterday for someone who asked about it. So basically right here, we have the rejection off this point. We have the sell signal right here. And then from this point, it has to come down or test this structure over here. So you can see as soon as price broke and closed past the structure right here, it attempted to re-break above, but it failed to do so, right? Tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I see this coming down from this point down here to finish the move to test this structure. So I think NASDAQ is going to be bearish. That's my analysis on the 1 hour. I'm going to go on the 30-minute now, and then I'll analyze it on here too. So here on the NASDAQ for the 30-minute, I'll see if there's any zones here. So it looks like we got a couple zones right here. Let's see. We got a zone right over here. Got a zone right over here. And a zone down here, and then one last one over here. So just looking at this from this point right here, it doesn't look like there was any scalp entries off the 30-minute recently. Looks like the most recent scalp would have been right over. So there was 2 scalps here. There was a buy scalp that was available right here, which looks like it would have hit full TP if you took this one. It was a quick little move. Yeah, full TP off that right there, off that green candle. And then the one before that would be these sell entries right here, this green candle. So if you took this for a sell last night, this would have been full TP that way. And if you took the buy right here, this would have been a full TP that way. So that's pretty much it for the NASDAQ on the 30-minute. Now I'll take a look at, wow, look at this big drop right here. US 30. This is going to be or actually this might be a bad entry. Because if there's a rejection from both sides, there's no entry there. But looking at the NASDAQ, looks like, let me just delete that. There's an entry from, let's draw these zones over here. Looks like there was an entry off this one right here. And that'd be the most recent entry for the NASDAQ. So looking at the NASDAQ on the 10-minute, looks like there was an entry right over here off this red candle. So if you were to take that trade, looks like you're in a short right now. Looks like it would have hit your TP already from that point. So that looks good for the most part off there. Let me go ahead and take a look at the US 30 again, because that looks like it's about to close. So if you guys want to, actually there's no entry here. So I wouldn't take this entry. The reason for this is because there's an entry from both sides, right? There's a rejection from here and there's a rejection from here. So I wouldn't take this trade because there's just uncertainty. There's no clear entry. So there's an entry here for the DAX though, for a sell. If this ends up closing in the next 30 seconds, unless it rejects off this pivot. So we're gonna have to wait and see if it rejects off this pivot right here when it closes, then there's going to be no entry. But if it doesn't, then there would be an entry. So no entry here for US 30, and then same for the DAX. That's why we don't trade on Fridays, guys, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. price is kind of bouncing back and forth. So it's not something that we necessarily want to take. Here, let me check this real quick. All right, yeah. So, I mean, technically, this is a sell entry for the DAX. If you guys wanted to take it, this didn't reject off the pivot right here, so it's actually a sell entry because it did reject off the top end. Oh, let me see that right there. This would be entry for the DAX. I'm not going to take it, so you guys can take this at your own risk if you want to. It does look like a risky entry, so I don't know if I would take it, but it does classify as a valid sell here. Or maybe I'll take it for a small lot size. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'll just take like a 1 lot and just let it run. Let's see, let it push up a little bit. Oh, fuck me. Okay, my bad. I took like a bunch of, okay, my stupid MC4 freaking, how far is this? Yeah, my stupid MC4 took like 2 freaking positions on my account. Fuck. Let me see that. 14,003 minus, it's only off by like 3 pips, so it's not a big difference. Let me just put the parameters here on my MC4. So my MC4 ended up taking freaking 2 trades on my account because I hit sell and then it filled and then it didn't load, so then I hit it again and yeah, I mean whatever. TP is gonna be 13889 Yeah, it's fine. I didn't take like a crazy lot size. I took a 5 lot, but it ended up taking 2. Oh my god, my MC4 is like frozen now. My MC4. Please wait. Order is being processed by server. Come on. So it ended up taking 2 trades right here. It's only supposed to take 1, but it took 2. My MC4 is like really lagging right now. That was a sign that I probably should have taken that trade, but it's all good. Let me just set the TP stop loss for the other one as well. What the fuck, man? I don't know what's going on with my MC4. It keeps logging me out and then logging me back in. It's really confusing. It keeps bouncing me around. I mean, it's okay. I have it active already, so I'm not really too worried about it. So just close this out right here. Let me just set this up actually. Scalp number 1, full TP. Yeah, something wrong with my MC4. I don't know what's going on with it. It keeps freezing up on me. I don't know if it's my internet connection or if it's the web app or I don't know. So I got my alert set up right there. So I'll just keep watching it. I'll see how this plays out. I'll let you guys know if I exit early. I might exit early because I don't really like when this happens with Jeremy's asking shortly full TP for the US 30 daily. Red is repainting. The candle is closed and the signal is not there. Let me just check real quick. Let me see what you were talking about, Jeremy. So we normally don't trade. We don't trade the daily entry for US 30 on Fridays because the market is, we can't go into the swap, right? But I'll mark it up here for you, just to show you. I mean, the sell might be fine. It might not be too bad. But like I was mentioning earlier, it's man, this thing is. It's like my whole even my trading view is kind of messed up. So, anyways, looking at this here, I'm just gonna draw these zones here so that we have some rejection points to look at. All right, so we got that set up right there. But yeah, Jeremy was mentioning this the sell entry, which would be the daily entry for US 30. Technically, this would be the sell entry right here. If you guys wanted to, obviously take it. Looks like it already would have gone close to full TP right there, but then it retraced back. Looks like it would have hit TP1, Jeremy, off that. Yeah, if you took it, unfortunately we didn't take it. That would have been a nice, like really, really quick TP. But like I was mentioning, it's just risky today for NFP because this signal came like right after NFP. NFP happened right over here at 5:30, and then it ended up, obviously swinging back and forth off that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna exit my DAX trade early because it's just my MT4 keeps freezing on me. Damn, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I'm not really trying to yeah, my MT4 is like completely frozen now. It's like not even moving or updating. I'm not sure if anyone else is having that issue. But yeah, this DAX right here, looks like the DAX is gonna hit. Yeah, I think so close. It's probably gonna hit stop loss. Yeah, unfortunately hit stop loss. So I don't know if you guys took that trade. Like I mentioned, this is why we don't trade on Fridays. My MT4 is completely frozen. I don't even know if it closed out in profit or if it I don't know if it closed out in profit or if it no, I didn't. My MT4 now reloaded. So this is why we don't trade on Fridays, guys. So hopefully you guys can take that trade. My MT4 froze. I wasn't trying to take that trade. I tried to set just one and then ended up taking two. So hopefully you guys didn't take that trade. This is exactly why we don't trade on NFP or just Fridays in general. It's all good. It was a small loss. It wasn't anything that big. Let me just check this real quick. Yeah, because I took this, like the position I took wasn't really that big. It was a small one because I was trying to just get into the position, not necessarily hold on to it. But it's all good. It happens. It's a friendly reminder not to trade on Fridays. So it's all good. Let me just check this real quick and see what else is going on in the chat. I don't know if your guys' MT4 is freezing up like that, but mine's completely frozen. So I can't really do anything on it right now. All right, let me just go to the chat and see what you guys have here. But yeah, Jeremy, going back to the US 30, this is why we don't trade it on Friday as well. See that? I mean, it would have hit your TP down here because the TP would have been at TP1 would have been 750, but we don't call the daily entry on Fridays for this specific reason because it bounces around so much, right? But yeah, I mean, there's a small trade right there. The DAX was okay because the DAX is just we entered that late and it was a little cheaper. It's not like I risked that much. Yeah, the loss on that was small, very minimal. Let's see. Yeah, Dilraj, I was looking into CTrader, but my copier doesn't work with CTrader, so I wouldn't be able to use it. That's why I still use MT4. It's the main reason why I'm using it now. Probably once I merge my two accounts to a 400K account, then I'll probably use CTrader because I don't need to use a copier anymore. But I'll see. That's probably a better option though, Dilraj, especially with how the market's moving. So Jeremy, this is why we don't take the daily entry on Friday, but it would have hit TP1. So if you did take the daily entry, you probably would have gotten out in profit. But look at this big, like random smoke. Hey, smoke, what's up, bro? It's the this random spike here, right? So the spike happened. So price dropped from, let's see, from this top here, it dropped about 3,000 pips, right? It dropped 3,000 pips in 30 minutes. That's not normal. And then again, right here, it swung back up another 3,000 pips, right? So that's why we don't usually trade on Fridays. We especially don't trade on NFPs on NFP day. But unfortunately, this is why I don't like going live on Fridays as well. Because if I'm live on Fridays, it tempts me to take these trades because I do see some, trades appear here, and they end up being like some shitty trades like this one right here. I shouldn't have taken this one, but it's all good. Yeah, Steven said jobs increased was announced from NFP report. You know, it was weird because the NFP report earlier this week was kind of it created a flat market, and then all of a sudden it spiked it up, right? So yeah, job growth surges in February as like restaurants and stuff start to reopen. And no entry here, and no entry here. A lot of choppiness. Gerald said you trade on Mondays. Yeah, of course, Gerald. That's a whole day. It's a whole full trading. We trade on Sundays. We trade on Sundays. We trade on Mondays. We just don't trade on Fridays because that's when the market's closing. Here, let's see. Just going down the chat real quick to see what you guys are looking at. Nice. Yeah, David said made my 1%. I'm out off to the aquarium. Yeah, definitely. David is actually going to be live with me. So let me see. David sent me his chart over here. Sorry, David. I just saw your message. Nice. So David took he took a buy here for UCAD. He hit his profit and then he logged off and he's done. So yeah, nice work off there. Guys, so I get a lot of questions from people asking about the about the Zoom link. Yeah, if you guys are in the premium, the links are posted in the Zoom. I mean, the Zoom link is posted in the premium, if you guys are wondering. So I'm not sure if like some of you guys are not in premium or if you guys just haven't seen the link, but it's usually posted in the premium group. So I'm not sure if you're in here, Wilson, but I just sent you the link right now on Telegram if you want to take a look. Billionaire Mindset said, if report is good, what does that mean for the USD? I mean, if you're looking at basic fundamentals, it's going to be good because if it's good for the economy, it's good for the US dollar, billionaire. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to directly correlate with it, right? It's so let me just show you. Let me show you the US dollar pair. So since NFP was good, your USD should go down, right? And that's why it went down here. So since NFP news was good, that's why this Euro USD is heading down. Because if you guys look at the pairs here, when price is going down, that means the second currency is stronger than the first currency. So that's why Euro USD is going down. That's probably why AUD USD is going down as well. See, these are all going down. And the reason for them going down is because of the NFP news. It doesn't always go that way, but if you're following, traditional fundamentals, basically when the job market's good, the economy's good, right? Because it's stimulating the economy. So that would indicate that the US dollar would be strong. So basically all of the major pairs would be going downwards if the US dollar is on the right side, and then vice versa with the US dollar on the left side right here. This indicates that, when price goes up, which is going up here, is because the US dollar is strong. So that's just basic fundamentals, billionaire, but it doesn't always happen that way. The news could be good, but the markets could still be flat, or it could be flat, or it can what's it called? It can be flat, or it can go the opposite way. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. See, look at this huge spike here, Jeremy. This is why we don't take the daily. So it spiked up. Look at US 30. It spiked up like almost 3,000 pips. And then right after that, it spikes right back down 2,000 pips. Like it makes it almost nearly impossible for you to really catch anything here. If that becomes the case for this right here. Let me open this real quick. See. I'm like tempted to like hop into a sell here for US 30. This thing looks like it's dropping pretty heavy. US 30 right here. Yeah, I wonder. Here, I'm gonna check this real quick and see what's going on with US 30 over here. See if there's any areas here. So it's rejecting off the structure here. I think I'm gonna enter a sell and I'm just gonna write it down. Or try to write it down at least. So let's see. It's rejecting off that structure right there. What's going on these other charts over here real quick. It's trying to drop down. Where's David at when you need him? Where's David? Is he in here? David, show me your imbalances. I think he went to the aquarium already. Yeah, I'm just curious if this is gonna drop down from this point. It might. Let's see. Let me check the other indices because this looks, I mean, if all of them are dropping, this looks like this could probably drop pretty heavily. Because so this is what I was talking about earlier. So billionaire, like with this right here, see how it pushed up because the NFP news was good? Usually it'll do the complete opposite. It'll push up and it'll just come crashing down right after, right? That's what happened the other week. And that's kind of why I see this dropping right here. I actually took a sell for this US 30. I took a sell here, but I didn't take a sell for any specific reason. The only reason is that I'm just following it as it moves along. So I'm in a sell right now, guys, but it's like a speculative sell. There's like no real reason why I took it. The reason why I took it's just because I see this movement coming down and I see the market now reacting to the news from earlier. So we'll see. I'm in profit about, so I did take MT4 froze on me again. So I took 2 positions here. I'm in profit 1,500 right now. So you guys can see on my account, I tried to take 1 sell off US 30 and ended up taking 2 again. So I'll probably be closing on profit shortly. I'm going to see how this candle closes. Let's see. Yeah, 2 minutes left on this candle. Yeah, some crazy movements right now for this. Let me check the DAX. So the DAX is doing over here. Yeah, so they all look like they're pretty much, I mean, they're bouncing around like heavily. The only thing I'm worried about is like these like crazy spikes in volatility. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's like indicating that. I have to wait and see how this closes out because this looks like here, if I go to a clean chart here, it kind of looks like it's going to drop. Just my perspective. I gotta check something real quick. All right, I'm gonna watch this real quick. Let's see. So guys, I'm checking my text messages. I'm getting a bunch of messages right now. Let's see. And my internet connection is like really slow, guys. I'm sure you guys can still hear me right now, but everything is like loading really slow on my end. So if I get disconnected, guys, you might have to close this out early, but I'll try to call some more trades for you guys shortly to see if there's anything else here for us to, really look at. But let me see. Okay. I mean, US30 bounced around. This thing's bouncing around crazy, guys. It's bouncing around like thousands of pips right now. Let's see. Yeah, this thing bounced around like, geez, 2,000 pips, a lot of pips right there. So you don't trade on NFT, guys. Let me see this real quick. And here we go, dropping back down. Damn, that's crazy. Huge, huge drop right there. Because I'm trying to see if you guys can see me here. Yeah, just to have a good weekend, Shawn. I'm out. Don't want to get tempted to trade, not feeling anything, and it made too much money to blow it all today. Exactly right. But yeah, guys, if I get disconnected here, because I can see my internet connection keeps saying that it's a bad connection. If I get disconnected here, guys, we're probably gonna call it a week. But hopefully you guys have a great week and you guys have a safe weekend. But if I do get disconnected, we will reconnect here back on Friday. I mean on Sunday. So I'm gonna hang on with you guys here if I can. If I get disconnected, which I think I'm going to, it's getting around like 7:30. I think I've had internet connection here issues in the past on a Friday. But okay, so I think we should be fine at this point over here. But yeah, let me see if I could possibly get this going for you guys here. Let's see. S30